Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're tackling something, well, pretty critical for anyone in heavy industry, navigating that complex world of industrial supply. How do you really know you're getting reliable solutions when the stakes are just so high?
Right.
So, our mission today, equip you with, let's call it strategic knowledge. We want you to feel confident making decisions about equipment that actually delivers. We're talking muscle, durability, and 100% job site reliability, every time.
And to do that, we've really dug into sources focusing specifically on Keystone Safety Products and their key partner, peenergy.com.
Okay.
Yeah, this deep dive, it's going to unpack why this particular combination keeps coming up as, well, the sources call it an ironclad solution, especially for folks like procurement managers, safety officers, ops directors, basically anyone who just can't afford to gamble with uptime or, critically, worker safety. We look beyond the marketing stuff, reports, data, user feedback, the works.
Okay. Let's get into it then. I mean, it seems obvious, right? Tough jobs need damn tough equipment. That's foundational. But what our sources kept hammering home is this direct link, maybe an underestimated one, between the actual integrity of your gear and your bottom line. And it's not just the obvious cost, like downtime.
No, it really isn't.
Our analysis showed this sort of ripple effect. You get unscheduled safety incidents, maybe regulatory fines pop up, even things like workforce morale taking a hit. It really makes you stop and think, what are the hidden risks if you end up choosing the wrong supplier? What's really at stake?
And what's fascinating, looking across all the sources, is how Keystone's reputation just consistently stands out. We're talking over 50 years here. They're often described as like the backbone of the oil and gas game.
Wow, 50 years.
Yeah, and it's not just talk. The data we saw suggests Keystone's tools and safety gear, they aren't just good enough or compliant. They're specifically designed, manufactured, and tested for what one report actually called 204/7 abuse.
204/7 abuse. Okay.
It really speaks to exceeding the demands of the field, not just ticking a box.
That's a strong claim. 204/7 abuse.
Yeah.
Can you give us some specific examples, like what kind of Keystone products really show this off, and what did the sources say makes them truly different?
Absolutely. Let's take their core stuff. Keystone Safety Stands, for instance. They kept coming up as absolutely crucial for keeping things like subs, stabilizers, bottom hole components just steady as a rock.
Right. Critical for precision.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One study actually noted their design cuts down vibration by over 20% compared to standard stands. That's huge for makeup and breakout. Then you've got their handling tools. The sources detailed how they use these proprietary alloys and special heat treatments. Basically, they can handle way more torque and wear. An independent test we looked at showed they lasted twice as long as standard tools.
Twice as long.
2-to-1 margin. So it's not just about being tough, it's about fewer replacements, more uptime. It reinforces why they're seen as the gold standard, that ironclad solution.
This ties into something else our sources really highlighted, this idea of integrated safety. Not safety as an afterthought, but actually built right into the process.
Yes, precisely.
And the Keystone Safety Stand seems like a perfect example. Our research called it ground zero for safe makeup or breakout of high-stakes bottom hole components. For anyone listening who isn't familiar, makeup or breakout is that really critical, delicate process of connecting or disconnecting heavy gear downhole. Stability is everything there.
That's exactly right. And the real-world impact of something like the Keystone Safety Stand, it goes way beyond just, avoiding a fine. Our analysis showed it genuinely cuts the risk of those super costly tool drops or unstable workups.
Which can halt everything.
Totally. And maybe more importantly, it directly shields your team from potentially catastrophic injuries. It helps keep the workflow smooth without those constant safety worries that slow things down. One internal report we saw, it showed nearly a 40% drop in related near misses after they put these stands in.
40%, that's significant.
Hugely significant. It translates directly to better operational flow and, crucially, people going home safe.
It really forces you to think about the implications, doesn't it? For your team, for the business. When you've got products delivering that kind of proven protection and efficiency, well, why would you gamble with anything less?
And if you zoom out, anchoring your operations with gear like this, it's not just compliance anymore.
Right.
The sources strongly suggest it leads to lower incident rates overall. That can mean better insurance rates, smoother audits, a stronger reputation, all really important in this industry. You're making sure your team gets home in one piece, yeah, but also that the business itself keeps winning.
And it's not just about the safety stands, is it? The sources mentioned peenergy.com provides access to, I think the term was a whole arsenal of Keystone products, not just a couple of key parts.
Exactly, a whole arsenal. The breadth is key.
So what's the advantage there, having that wide range from one place?
It's comprehensive, and the strategic benefit is huge for procurement. You find those industry-trusted handling tools like Beckett and Bales. Sources noted how critical those are for just flawless pipe movement, avoiding those costly snags.
Okay.
Then there are slip inserts, drill collar, rotary, casing slips. And here's a really compelling point. They're fully interchangeable with Varco, Bash Ross, and Woolly slips.
Ah, so compatibility isn't an issue.
Zero issue. And that's huge. It simplifies your inventory, means faster deployment across different rigs or fleets, big savings on complexity and time right there. Plus, you've got their precision valves, float valves for flow control, custom fit inserts, and dies.
Wow.
All vetted for that mission-critical quality.
Okay, let's shift gears slightly. There was something else the sources brought up, something they called the silent killer, equipment failure no one sees coming. It sounds ominous. It makes you rethink what causes accidents on site, doesn't it? What did the research say?
Yeah, that was a really insightful part. What emerged is that most accidents, surprisingly, aren't really down to crews being reckless. No. Over 60% of incidents often blamed on human error in these settings. When they dug deeper, the root cause was actually subtle degradation or just outright failure of equipment. Often cheaper, maybe uncertified cost-saving stuff that just couldn't take the real pressure.
So it's not a big, obvious failure sometimes.
Often not. It might be a component that's slightly out of spec or fatigues too early or just fails bit by bit, like a ticking time bomb you don't even know is there. And the costs? Devastating. Lost production, lawsuits, ruined reputations, regulatory nightmares that can shut you down.
Wow.
Which is why Keystone solutions are described as engineered for the fire. That phrase really stuck out.
Engineered for the fire.
Meaning designed and tested specifically for those incredibly tough conditions. Shop floors, drill pads, construction sites, places where cutting corners, well, it means catastrophe. And specifically, if you need rock-solid reliability, ultra-safe operations for makeup and breakout. Keystone Safety Makeup Stands was the name that consistently came up as non-negotiable. Get that right. And you're looking at zero incident reports, happy insurance companies, the whole package.
Okay, so the Keystone products themselves are clearly top tier, built for these extreme demands. But let's talk about the supplier side. What did the sources say about peenergy.com? What makes them stand out as a partner beyond just shipping boxes of great gear? What's their unique strategic edge?
Yeah, good question. Their advantages seem really tailored to fix common procurement headaches. The research pointed to direct from manufacturer pricing and a really huge inventory.
Okay, so stability in cost and supply.
Exactly. More predictable procurement, helps stabilize budgets, smooth out supply chain bumps. Plus, guaranteed compliance you can prove. That avoids nasty surprises with violations or audits. They also emphasized fast turnaround. Sources suggested their average delivery was about 15% faster than the industry norm. So, on your dock, on time, when things are critical.
That speed matters.
Absolutely. And being a fully authorized Keystone distributor gives them a unique ability to offer custom quotes and really tailored solutions. We found that's actually pretty rare for complex industrial needs. And importantly, they function as a single source for all these key parts. Think about the efficiency gain there. No more juggling multiple vendors for critical components.
That simplification alone sounds valuable. But what about expertise? When things get complicated, what kind of support do they actually offer?
It sounds like they have a really deep bench. Sources kept mentioning their unmatched knowledge built over, get this, 50-plus years wrangling industrial supply problems.
50 years again. That's serious experience.
It is. And it's not just general knowledge. It's understanding the specific pains you face and how to solve them. They curate a hand-picked Keystone lineup, meaning every tool isn't just quality checked. It's vetted for performance in real tough scenarios. And the dedicated support means your order isn't just a number. It gets white glove, prompt attention, often with proactive help.
So less reactive, more proactive support.
That's the picture painted. At the end of the day, peenergy.com, according to our sources, isn't positioning itself as just another supplier. They're aiming to be a strategic partner in industrial excellence. Their whole setup seems designed to cut your costs, streamline how you get things, boost your productivity, Basically, let you focus on your main job without constant supply chain headaches.
Right. So wrapping this up, this deep dive wasn't really about just finding, nice safety stands or okay valves.
No, not at all.
The sources were pointing towards something much bigger. Crush-proof assurance for your whole operation. About genuinely eliminating that margin for error, maybe forever.
Exactly. We've walked through how this kind of strategic choice can slash downtime, really bulletproof your safety record, and crucially, give you a wholesale partner you can actually rely on. The benefits are pretty clear, quite compelling, and as the sources showed, they're measurable too.
So here's something to chew on as we finish. What would it really mean for your operations? Sure, but also for your team and just your own peace of mind. What would it mean to commit to equipment that's engineered not just to work, but engineered to win, to never, ever let you down? Maybe think about how you shift from just procuring stuff to actually becoming an industrial game changer. It seems like it comes down to making decisive, informed choices about your gear and who you partner with to get it.